All right, so let's go over our programming for the week of June 19th. So this is week 2 of our current 6-week cycle. The build on Monday is going to be on our pause back squat. It's going to be very straightforward. Last week was 5 sets of 3 at 70%. This is going to be 3 sets of 3 at 70% and then 2 sets of 3 at 75%. So pretty straightforward volume build or intensity build there. And then our lower accessory metcons, we're continuing with kind of our chaotic structure of this, so different movements every time, but looking to accessorize the back squat. This time is going to be 12-minute EMOM of 3 movements, so 4 sets, 10 jumping back squats, 95 and 65, so this should be a light weight that we can move through pretty efficiently, very explosively on the first minute. Second minute, somewhere between 50 and 75 double unders. This should be an amount that you can get through in one set unbroken. A little bit of fatigue. You shouldn't have a ton of rest, but this should be something that's within your capacity to do on the second minute. The third minute, 10 to 15 toes to bar. So add in a little bit of midline fatigue there on our lower accessory metcon there. So scaling on this one, the jumping back squats should be scaled by weight first and then complexity. So we're looking for the ability to go down into the squat, jump, come back up, and then right back down into the squat again, not pausing in the middle. If you do need to pause in the middle to maintain a good squat technique, that's fine. But we want to scale the weight before we scale back to doing kind of a segmented squat into a jump. That's Monday. Tuesday, continuing our pacing work. Different style this time. So last week was the 90 seconds on, 30 seconds off for four sets, 3 rounds of that. This one's going to be continuous, but still that ramping intensity in terms of the pacing. So 3 rounds, first round at RPE 7, second round at RPE 8, third round at RPE 9. First round is going to be 1 minute, or first movement is 1 minute sandbag over shoulder. 150 and 100 is the prescribed weight. Second movement, 2 minutes of burpee pull-ups. Third movement, 3 minutes assault bike calories. So that's continuous, 3 sets, so 18 minutes total. So 1 minute sandbag cleans, 2 minute burpee pull-up, 3 minute assault bike. And you should be getting more reps of each movement as the rounds progress. Your score is the highest number of each movement that you completed in a given round. However, if you fail to complete more each round, your score for that movement is 0. So if round 1 of the assault bike you do 40 calories, round 2 you do 55 calories, and round 3 you do 48 calories, your score for your assault bike is 0. And that's true of all of those. So that's encourage you to pace correctly. So to come out at a conservative, or not conservative, but controlled pace, and then increase your intensity as we get going. So continuing to work on pacing, but in a different kind of fashion this week. We're going to finish up with some core accessory there. So chaos suitcase carry, so holding a band with the band attached to a kettlebell, and then a pal-off press and raise as our other movement in our core work on Tuesday. Wednesday, continuing with our classic weightlifting. So this is going to be our clean and jerk, squat clean, plus front squat, plus jerk with a hold overhead on the jerk. So looking for that split jerk. So we split, holding in that split position for a count of 3, and then resetting our feet underneath there. So building up that positional strength, kind of the same way we did last week with the snatch, where we're holding in the catch position of the snatch for 3 seconds before we stood up. So that's our weightlifting, 6 sets of 1 plus 1 plus 1. So clean front squat jerk, 60 to 70% of a clean and jerk on the 90 seconds. So continuing on with our classic CrossFit. So last week was a triplet. This week is a couplet, and it is super gross. It is 42, 30, 18 calorie row and alternating dumbbell hang snatch. One dumbbell, 50 and 35 is the prescribed weight. So you might recognize this is the last chance qualifier workout number 1. So this one is going to be super fast. There's not really anywhere to hide on this one. Should be something where you're pushing to go unbroken, or 2 sets max on the dumbbell, scaling appropriately there. And then really digging in on the row. That row goes super fast. It's just 2 minutes, or 2 movements back and forth, really pushing the pace there. So this one should be pretty gross, kind of a gut check right in the middle of the week. 15-minute time cap on that one, but this is not something where you need shouldn't be thinking about the time cap on this one. You should be pushing the pace the whole time. On Thursday, I can't get my computer to move. I apologize. Let's good. Okay. So continuing with our strict pull-up strength, similar build to last week, but we're building in a couple of different movements. We don't need to go into those into a ton of detail this time, but building in some scapular strengthening, kind of like last week, just in a different plane. And that's for option A and option B. Continuing our running density build kind of in a chaotic fashion. Sticking with the 200s this week, so 1,400 meters total, 7 rounds, 200-meter run, and then a 100-foot farmer's carry with a 1-minute rest in between. However, the catch on the farmer's carry, you're doing two 50-foot segments, so 50 feet down, 50 feet back. Within those 50-foot segments, there's going to be boxes in between. So there's going to be 2 boxes that you have to step up and over on your farmer's carry. So you'll run 100 meters out, 100 meters back. You'll pick up your dumbbells, go 50 feet down, stepping over 2 boxes when you go over, then 50 feet back, stepping over those boxes again. So it's a little bit of a different play on the farmer's carry on Thursday with our running build. And then Friday, 1 1/4 front squats, similar in terms of just building, pretty straightforward in terms of the weight. 2 sets of 3 at 65 to 75% of your front squat, and then 2 sets of 2 at 70 to 80%. So building up a little bit in weight, dropping the volume down a little bit. Those sets are going to be on the 2 minutes, so continuing to build that positional strength and tendinous strength out of the bottom of the front squat. And then our gut check workout is very sprinty, so we're going every 10 minutes for 20 minutes, so just 2 sets. We're going to do kind of a pyramid style with a bunch of different movements. We're going 12 and 9 calorie assault bike, then 12 kettlebell swings, 12 box jumps, 12 wall balls, 12 box jumps, 12 kettlebell swings, 12 and 9 calorie assault bikes. So this should be all out, sprint the bike, picking up the kettlebell, right onto the box, right onto the wall balls, and then right back over. Back up the pyramid, really pushing hard on that last 12 calorie assault bike. So aiming for like 5 to 6 minutes on each interval. You should be having 45 minutes of rest every time, but this one should be pretty gross, pretty all-out sprint type workout here on Friday for our gut check workout. And then on Saturday, it should be fun. Power snatch, touch and go build, same structure as last week with the clean and jerk. So 6 and then 5, 4, 3, 2, touch and go, building in weight, building up to a heavy double for the day on Saturday. And then another partner Metcon, which I'm calling drag race. I don't often name workouts because I'm bad at it, but this one was pretty straightforward. 3 rounds each, alternating full rounds, 25 drag rope double unders or just regular double unders if you don't have the drag rope yet. Then 50-foot single arm dumbbell overhead walking lunge. So just 1 dumbbell overhead, 50 and 35. So you go 50 feet down. Once you get down there, put the dumbbell down. 10 burpees laterally over the dumbbell. Then 50-foot single arm dumbbell overhead walking lunge back. So it should be the other arm coming back. You're going to go 3 rounds each, alternating full rounds. And then once you're done with that, you'll go right into 60 and 40 calorie machine. Your choice on the machine, bike, ski, row. We've done a lot of biking within the week. So we'll kind of leave it up to you guys on what type of machine you want to end your week on. So that is our programming for the week of July 19th. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the cycle so far. This is week 2 of the 6-week cycle. So continue to work on those positions with the weightlifting, with the back squats, with the classic weightlifting, and continue to enjoy the gut check workouts and keep getting after it.